This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2023 XLR Boost toy hauler. The model number is 29XLRX. So I'm just going to show you some of the features and how that works, okay? Now it's really dirty right now, but we're cleaning it up. But we just had to get this done because of the weather situation. So we'll start right here on the door side rear. So you have a power stabilizer jacks, okay? You can also override that with a 3/4 inch crank if you have to, all right? So let me see here. So you can see, very simple. Now, this is your fuel station, of course. You got your fuel pump switch on and off, plus your fuel gauge and your nozzle. You have a huge power awning with LED strip on it. This is the entry to your garage right here. You have some TV, you got power, TV signal out, and a bracket to hang a TV if you choose to. Okay. Outside shower. This is your black tank flush here. After you dump your black tank, if you choose to, you can put the hose at the dump station right on there. You leave the valve open, turn on the water, it'll spray out the inside of your tank. There's your front stabilizer switch there. This is just storage here. This is a kill switch for your battery. Deep Cycle Marine battery, 2 tanks with an automatic changeover regulator. It's already, they're all full. This is your power tongue jack here. You can also, if this ever fails, you can pull the cap off, and there's a small crank inside the trailer that you could use to crank that manually if you needed to. Okay. Let's see what we got here. We can get to it. This is where your generator goes. It's already wired. All the components are inside the trailer, you know, the controls and that sort of thing, so it's ready to be added in there. These are your black and gray tank for the front of the trailer. Black is on this side. It's always the larger valve, so the black is on the right and the gray is on the left. There's another gray down here, which is for your, it's a galley tank. It's for your kitchen sink. So that's gray tank number 2 or the galley tank, whichever you prefer. This is an on-demand water heater. So keep in mind, it does on-demand water. The controls are inside. I'll show them to you. But you get endless supply of water. Here's my camera work as usual. Okay. These are your city water hookup and your fresh water hookup. So the city water hookup is, if you have regular city water, you just hook the water on there, turn it on and go. But if you're camping someplace that doesn't have city water, you can pre-fill your freshwater tank and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. So either way, you can get fresh water and all the plumbing will work, whichever circumstance you find yourself in. This is a 50 amp short cord, plus we give you a reducer to reduce it down to 30, plus another reducer to reduce it down to 20, so you could plug it into a regular socket. You can't run the air conditioner, but you could light it all up so you could pack it up and that sort of thing. Okay. This is your ladder, which is a great thing because the manufacturer says it states you should inspect your roof every 60 days. So have somebody go up there, look at all the roofing material and the roofing attachments. Make sure that it wasn't damaged by any low branches or road debris flying up there. Make sure there's no cracking or separation at the sealant where water can get through. Just give it a good inspection and you can stay ahead of any issue. So right now I've got it down back here. The gate's closed. We'll show you how the gate opens up when you come to pick up. It also has patio doors and an awning with an LED strip. Also, it's pre-wired for a backup camera up there, so keep in mind if you want to, you can add a backup camera also. That takes a Furrion camera. Just make sure you get the type. Make sure you get the type that fits in that housing. Okay. So let's go inside. Okay, it's cold out. We got the heat running in here. Okay. All right, so let me get my hood off here. Okay, so this is your control panel when you first come in the door. So you have your 2 slide rooms here, your bedroom slide, and then your main slide, which is behind me. This is for your power awning here. Never leave the awning out unattended. Always make sure you roll it in if you're not going to be at the campsite. These are all lights here. This is where you turn your water pump on right here. Okay. Remember I told you you can pump water from the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. This is also used to winterize the trailer. And this is another switch for your fuel pump here. So it actually you can use it out there, but you have to have the fuel. You have to turn it on in here because, or I guess they do it because you can. People couldn't just walk up and pump your fuel if you had your trailer locked up in your town. I think you have to. So you have to come inside, I assume. Okay. Batteries charged. Fresh water's empty. Black water's empty. Gray tank. So. All those are empty. They graduate up in 1/3 increments, so keep in mind, once you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping your black and gray tanks. Refrigerator. This is the power converter here. So, let me get it here. So basically, this converts AC to DC power. So on this side, you have regular 110 AC circuit breakers like you'd see at home. And they're all labeled below it. Then over here the power is converted to 12 volt DC. You have 12 volt fuses, and then they're labeling next to it. If any of these fuses were to blow, you could actually see them glowing through this tempered plastic here. Also, this is a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery up front has and needs, and if it's charged and topped off, like it is now, it'll just trickle a couple amps up there to maintain it. If it's low, it'll send 20 amps or whatever it needs to keep it charged. That's when you're plugged in. When you're going down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator will charge it. So here we go. Right next to it is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It detects both. It should always be green like it is. If not, get it serviced. If it goes off, obviously you take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off, figure out what's going on. Okay. While we're talking about power, I'll walk up here. This is your solar controller. Now right now you can see it's at the green light's at the top here. It's showing us that we're totally full. It's also telling us that FUL and it's flashing. That's saying that from the solar panels on the roof are telling you that it has no more room to store any power. So it's not converting the sunlight into electricity. It just stops doing it because there's no place to put it. So it's saying full and 0.0 amps being gained from the sun. All it's telling you is the battery is totally full. Now if I was to drain it down, which I probably should have done to show you better, but you're just going to use this top button here that says amp and volt, and that will say whatever you're gaining. It says 0.0 now because it shut itself down, but it'll be 2.0 or 5.6 or whatever you're gaining from the sun and putting into the battery will be there. This tells you how many amp hours you have in it, and that's the voltage of the batteries itself, 13.7, which is perfect. So when it flashes, FUL and flashes, and this top one lights up, it's just telling you that it has no more room to store any electricity. You can add as many batteries as you choose to, within reason obviously. You just wire them together so they stay at 12 volts. They just double and, they just increase the storage capacity, okay? All right. Hopefully that made sense to you. Here you have your fireplace, which is also a space heater. This is the remote for it right here. So, matter of fact, I'll do that from here. Let me take it out of the bag here. Pull the card out of it. Okay. So, on and off, of course. Let me get down here so you can see it better. Right now it's flashing H. As you can see, that's I'll shut it off. So it's flashing nothing. Now low, L. And then I could hit it again in H. That's the fan speed. So that's the fan speed for the heat that's being blown out of this grate right here. You also can set your temperature, right? You can change the appearance of the crystals. You can, let's see what else we have here. It has a timer, so you can set the timer to turn it on and turn it off, whatever you like. So it does a lot. It's a good space heater too. So for on those early mornings or nights when you don't quite need to use your LP furnace, you can just crank that on, and you don't have to use any of your limit supply of LP. Now this is your remote for your sound here. Let me just light it so we can see here, and then I'll put it on mute. Okay, so this is an AM FM radio, right? It has USB port, so you can stream off a USB port, put all your favorite albums on one or whatever. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. This HDMI is an HDMI in, so if you wanted to go into the system with, let's say, a portable Blu-ray player or something, you can go in right there. Of course, it all goes up to your TV here. Okay. So that's your sound. Your range it looks like most RV ranges. It's pretty. You got a sparker here. Turn it clockwise to spark it. You got 3 knobs here for 3 burners, and then this one is for the oven here. So I'll just show you with this one. Just that. Very simple. You got it lights up. Now when it comes to your range, all the way down at the bottom, or I mean your oven, all the way down at the bottom in the back is a pilot light. Maybe you can see it when I spark it, it's hard to tell. But the bottom line is you go to the knob, go to the picture of the flame, and you depress it. You keep it depressed while you're lighting it. Then you'll light the pilot light. After it lights, you still hold it in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to operating temperature, and it cycles as nothing does. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, obviously, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. You also have a light in the oven, plus blue mood light or ambient light or whatever you want to call it. Always travel with the top down on this. This is your range hood fan and light. Okay. A microwave works like any other microwave. Obviously your sink, and these are all your keys here. Okay. Seating. And they have you have 3 foot rests, obviously, and these are the rip cords to when you want to bring it back to the normal position. Okay, let me look around real quick, see if I forgot anything in here. I think we got this room pretty well. So, going out to your garage, we'll show you when you pick up, but this top bunk, you're just going to pull it here. There's what would you call it, a strap hanging down. You'll pull it, it'll pull it off of these mounts here and down to this level here. So you can bring it down that way. These 2 couches fold out into couches, obviously, or you could fold it into a bed. You could put the table in between the couches to eat. So there are different configurations for it. Of course, you have the sliding door on the patio. And like I said, we'll show you the railing and all that when you pick up. All the usual stuff, tie downs. This is another thermostat here, okay? Another TV hookup here with a backer plate and everything if you want to put a TV back there. Alright. So, this is your main thermostat right here. Let's see if I can get that close. I don't know whether let me see here. Get about right there. So you light it up that way. I don't know if you can see it on there, but right now I accidentally have the fan speed on auto. So I'll bring it back around to heat and it'll shut down. But you have heat, which is your propane furnace. You have fan, which is just the air conditioner running without the compressor, just circulates air, and then cool, which is obviously full air conditioning. And then you can always select your fan speed. If it gives you an option to select fan speed, generally you want to always go with auto. All right. Now this is your water heater, your on-demand water heater. I can't really show you all that much because there has to be water in it for all this stuff to register, but we'll talk to you about it when you pick up, plus you got literature in your packet and that sort of thing. But you're just going to call up the water here. You're going to set temperature, raise and lower the temperature, that sort of thing. You can change from Fahrenheit to Celsius, and you'll get an on-demand supply of water. The sink and the shower work like any other sink and shower. The toilet is an RV toilet, so the black tank is directly below. There's the flush pedal right there. So after you plug in and hook up your water and you come in here, you're going to put a dose of chemical, right, and at least a gallon of water in the gray tank directly below, just by putting it in the bowl, stepping on the flush pedal to let water run in. Never use it with less than a gallon to start off with. You can't use it dry because the smell will be super terrible. Plus, it can get clogged up, so you always have to have water and chemical in it. And this is a GFCI. Keep in mind that all the plugs on the trailer are wired to a GFCI, even the one on the outside. So if you pop it outside using a coffee pot or something, you'd reset it here. Okay. The rest of your generator hookups are, let me see if you can see that here. I got it in a weird position, like right there. There's where you start it and that sort of thing. You add the generator in there. You have drawers, a dresser, and a makeup mirror. And this is kind of neat. You have this area right here, which is actually a closet where you can hang things up and that sort of thing. It's kind of unique. Okay. Sliding doors for the bathroom. Okay. So let me look around again here. Make sure we've talked about everything. Like I said, you'll have questions after you look through it. We'll talk to you more about it then. So, okay. Well, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 60 days? Have somebody go up there, look around, check the sealant for leaking, and always check the roofing material and attachments for damage by low branches or what have you. You're just protecting your investment, staying ahead of things. Odds are you'll go up there for years and not have to do a thing, but that's why you inspect it. And right now this is winterized, so all the water's been purged from the system, replaced with antifreeze, and so it's set for the winter, okay? Thank you.